Glory to Jesus Christ. Last came the King. When God had created the heavens and the earth, there still had not appeared in the visible world that great and important creature, the human being. It was not to be expected that the monarch should make an appearance in advance of his subjects. On the contrary, only when the kingdom had first been made ready was the king to appear who was to reign over it. So there arose first the continents, the islands, the sea, and spread like a roof over them the vault of heavens. Riches from every quarter were gathered into the royal palace. By riches, I mean all created things, the trees, the plants, everything that has sight and breath and life. I should include in their number also the materials which have been counted valuable in people's eyes because of their beauty, namely gold, silver, and the precious stones which people love. The abundance of all these God hid like royal treasure in the bowels of the earth. Only after that did God make human beings appear on earth. He intended them to be able to admire the beauty of the creation and to be lords over it. They were to be able, through their enjoyment of created things, to comprehend the wisdom of their provider. By the size and the beauty of them, they were to fathom the greatness of their Creator, which is beyond description or understanding. That is why humankind was introduced last, after the rest of creation, not as some unimportant afterthought, but as a suitable sovereign over all that God had made. Saint Gregory of Nyssa, the creation of man. Today's passage, even though it appears to use some of the things that in modern world we would call old-fashioned, and we would blame him for not understanding how the earth was made from standpoint of view of the modern geology and other sciences. But all those things notwithstanding, there is something that he wants to underline. That is the point of that passage, and this is why we are reading it today. The man was created as the crown jewel in the creation. Saint Gregory is comparing the man to the king of the creation. And that definition is very true. It has been then and it is until now. Now our modern understanding of the world and cosmology and of the vastness of the universe makes us wonder whether the human being is at the center of the universe. Now the center of the universe can be understood in several dimensions. The first one is geographical or astronomical center of the universe. And in that sense, probably the Earth is not the center point of the entire universe. And then all of the stars and galaxies and everything else that is out there would be orbiting around us. That is not true, and that has been proven or at least explained by the scientists and astronomers. But there are other meanings to the central place of a human being in this universe. Now we might think, are we the only ones in this universe? And maybe 2,000 nearly, well, not quite 2,000, but 1,700 years ago, St. Gregory did not ask himself this question, but are we the only intelligent being in the universe that is in possession of a soul and entitled to salvation? Now that question is not directly spoken about in the Bible, and in other means of revelation neither. Actually, some people took Christ's words when he says that I have other flocks that I need to bring to the house of my Father. Some people took that as meaning that there are other civilizations or nations and people and intelligent beings on other planets that Christ says that he wants to bring them to his Father's home. Many people took that there are other people out there. But does that really matter? When the human being was created as the crown of civilization, or of creation, sorry, I take it to mean in the Bible, I take it to mean that a human being is a body with soul. This is the most fundamental definition of a human being. Why are we the kings and the queens of creation? Why are we the crown jewel of creation? That is precisely because we are the most perfect on metaphysical and ontological level, not in our intellect, not in our strength. In those regards, we are not the most perfect of beings out there. There might be others, but as the composition between the two opposites, the body and soul, in this lies the most intimate glory of a human being. Now there might be others. I do not know, and I'm pretty sure that many of the astronomers will say the same thing. They don't know. We don't know. But what makes us the kings of this creation is us inside, the way God made us. He made us similar to himself, and he made us responsible for this creation. That makes us kings and queens of this universe. Maybe not the only kings and queens. That I don't know. But still the responsibility is not less because of that. One more thing. Why we are really kings and queens of this universe is also because we receive not only responsibility for the universe itself and for the world that we live in, but we received responsibility over ourselves. We received the free will. And that gives us a huge responsibility over our own future. And that precisely makes us the most important creation, the most important objects of of divine love. And this makes us important in this universe. Not the fact that we are in the center of the universe, not the fact that we might be the only intelligent kind in this world. No, it is God's love that makes us most important and puts us in the central place in this creation. Glory to Jesus Christ.